Yo, what's going on? It's your boy, Larry Long Jr. It's Wednesday. Goodness gracious, October the 7th. Back again. This is number 3 of LinkedIn Live with your midweek, midday motivational minute. I'm going to give a couple of seconds just for some folks to come on in. I see a couple of y'all have joined us. I appreciate it. Thank you for joining. We're ready to get this thing on and popping. Just a reminder, any questions that are on your mind, please go ahead and put them in the comments. I'll certainly address it. What's up, Michelle? Go ahead and get us started if you can. If you're listening, go ahead and let me know where are you tuning in from and or where do we know each other? I know I got my folks on the Facebook side, Facebook Live. I got my professional peeps on the LinkedIn side. Oh, goodness gracious. What's going on, Sethi? What's going on to the 10-year-old? Welcome from the West Coast. I know you guys are out there in Hollywood, up to no good. I love it. I absolutely love it. What's going on, Zan? How are you? Shoot, I love to see these familiar faces. So, hey, what are you talking about, Willis? What you talking about, Willis? I had my team. They gave me a customized bat. And one of the Larryisms was, what you talking about, Willis? San Diego in the house. I see you. Raleighwood. Okay, we got Hollywood and Raleighwood up to no good. Tampa. Uh-oh. What you know about Ybor City? Woo! I had some fun times in Tampa. I see you, TB. Thank you, Tammy. Oh, Scott, thanks for joining. Thank you so much. I got my West Coast, got my Arizona peeps in the house. That's right. So, hey, what are we talking about? I've got 2 things for you. So the first one, let me look. Where's Allen Iverson at? AI, because we're talking about practice. Yes, not the game, but practice. And I saw a quote recently. It was from Deion Sanders, who just took the position as a head coach. And Deion talked about, hey, why are you practicing? What's the purpose in your practice? And that's such a great question. My question to you is, why are you practicing? Are you practicing to improve your skills, to take your game to that next level? Or are you practicing just to go through the motions because it sounds good and because it looks good? I'll give y'all an example. I used to play pickup basketball. I used to, Splash Brothers. I played a little bit of golf recently, and I was a Splash Brother for a different reason because I hit it in the water, splash. But essentially, when I played basketball, it was at a place called Grand Slam. And they used to have kids playing baseball, working out, practicing on their baseball skills. And essentially, they would get on the tee, and one person would put the ball on the tee, the other kid would swing. And they were just going through the motions. I'm looking at them, and essentially, I would break out in the hives. It would give me the heebie-jeebies. It's like, what in the heck are you working on? You're taking the time, your energy, your resource, and your effort to put in practice, but you're not getting anything out of it. So my question to you as a professional, what are you doing when you practice and why? So Deion Sanders pretty much said, hey, when I went to practice, I practiced with a purpose. And essentially his purpose was to be the best that ever played. This was when he was at Florida State. This was when he played with Dallas. This was when he played with Atlanta, Neon Deion. He practiced with a purpose to be the best. So my question to you is, are you practicing your profession with a purpose to be the best that you can be? That is the question. The second topic that I got after we get done with practice, yes, Allen Iverson, we're talking about practice. The second one is, if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. Uh-oh, get me out of here. If I come up in the room and I'm the smartest person, I know I'm in the wrong room. But essentially for you, are you surrounding yourself with people that are going to drive you up, that are going to elevate your respective game, whatever that game is, whether that game is baseball, whether that game is basketball. For a lot of folks, that game, quote unquote, is sales. Other folks, it's business, it's nonprofits. Are you surrounding yourself with folks that are going to elevate your game and not drag you down? I see Bubbling and Dublin in the house. I love it. I love it. My man Zan. So really, number one, practice with a purpose and make sure that you have a plan. And then number two, surround yourself. You don't want to be the smartest person in the room. That's not a good place to be. Believe you me. Put yourself in positions where folks are going to challenge you, where folks are going to encourage you, but also ensure that they light that fire underneath you to take your game to that next level. Thank you so much, Marcia. I appreciate the kind results. This energy is because of you. And I appreciate everyone tuning in. So let's get into the questions. Any questions out there? What's on your mind? What are y'all talking about, Willis? That is the question. My man Zeke. My man Zan, I'm sorry. I was thinking of Ezekiel Elliott, Cowboys, NFL on my mind, but I have an interview next week. Any tips, any recommendations? Yes, I've got a ton of tips and a ton of recommendations. Number one, be you. You can't be anyone else. It's tough enough being yourself, but you got to be you. You got to be genuine. You got to be authentic. You also want to be confident, and confidence comes from practice. Exactly what we were talking about. Have you gone through a mock interview? Have you thought through what questions they might be asking you? Hey, Zan, you can do it, man. You can do it. You've got to be brave. I think Sarah Bareilles. Yeah, y'all didn't know that I rock to some Sarah B. Sarah Bareilles has a song. Look it up. You can YouTube it. You can Google it. I want to see you be brave. You got to be courageous. Have that courage and have that confidence. So I encourage you to find someone that you can role play. That practice should be called confidence building, because it's like riding a bike. My daughter right now has the training wheels. She just turned 7 yesterday. Yeah, happy birthday to little Lucia Long. We were celebrating. We got a little cake from Cheesecake Factory. It was Tuesday, so she was like, hey, it's Taco Tuesday. I want some mom's home cooking with the tacos. So you know how we roll. But essentially, the point, Zan, is you've got to be yourself, courageous, confident, caring, and put yourself through. What questions do you think they're going to ask? What questions are you going to ask of them that shows that you did your research, that shows that you actually care? That would be the biggest thing. If there's anything I can do to help, holla at your boy. I'm happy to help you, Zan. Go ahead and remind me, where are you tuned in from? Everybody out there. Kia, thank you. Practice with a purpose. Love it. Love it. Charlotte, North Carolina. That's right down the road. Attended a training. My name was mentioned. Oh, goodness. Don't tell me that. You're making me blush. Don't do that. Oh, man. They suggested me to follow. That really means a lot. I'm just out here trying to help as many people as I can. I know that we're going through some tough stuff. Life is a 4-letter word, but we can do it. And it's all about attitude. It's all about mindset. And some people say, oh, that's just hokey. It's not. It is not. For some of y'all who don't know my story, my father grew up in Baltimore City, grew up in the projects, only one from his family to graduate high school. Think about that. Only one in his family to graduate high school. Went on to college, track and field. He was a long jumper, triple jumper at University of Maryland, go Terps. And that was his ticket out. But essentially, he had to find it within him. He had to pretty much say, I want to make a difference, and I'm going to leverage those folks that also want to help me along the way. And when people help you along the way, it's your responsibility to pass it on, to pass that baton on to help others. Martin Luther King Jr. says it best. And I go back to this quote. It's one of my favorite. Life's most persistent and urgent questions is, what are you doing to help others? I'd love to hear, if y'all don't mind, what are you doing? Not what are you thinking? Not what are you hoping? Hope is not a strategy. What are you doing? What are your actions showing that you're doing to help others today, yesterday? What are you going to do tomorrow to help someone out? Last week, last month, what are you doing to help others out? Luke, I appreciate that. That's a good thing. Never been the smartest person in the room. That means that you're putting yourself in great company. I love to hear that. Sean, flexing. You must be working out, Sean. I feel you. Fidel, I love it. I love it. Okay, this is a great question right here. How do you stay motivated? It's a choice. It's a choice. When you woke up this morning, and I'll give you, I talked to a gentleman earlier today. He was up in Vancouver, Canada, and essentially he had tatted up. He had Carpe Diem, seize the day. I think that was from Goodwill Hunting. Someone help me out. I think I got that movie right. And then he had Carpe Noctem. And I took Latin in high school. I couldn't tell you a word, but Carpe Diem, seize the day. Carpe Noctem, seize the night. I guess he's a night owl. I don't know. The freaks come out at night. But essentially, staying motivated, it's your choice. When you woke up this morning, you had a choice. You could say, hey, woe is me. Life is tough. And you're right. Life is tough. We're going through some stuff, some sugar honey iced tea, if you get my drift. We're going through some stuff. And it could be better, but you've got to make it better. That's your choice. So for me, I stay motivated because I'm happy to be alive. I'm happy to be here. I'm going to get personal with y'all. My wife's best friend, father just passed away from COVID. He was a little bit older, from Ecuador, and it's so unfortunate. It's terrible. She just went to the service yesterday. There's no good that comes about it. But let me tell you this, and this should be no surprise. We're all running that race, and our finish line is ahead of us. We don't know when we're going to cross that finish line. So for me, knowing that consciously, I make a choice that, hey, my finish line could be right now. I mean, it's 12:12. Someone said, what time is it? It's bow time. I'm trying to cut down, baby. I'm down 18 pounds. I'm feeling good. You might say, Larry, how did you do it? It was this. It was the Noose River water that helped me slim down. This is my breakfast and my lunch. Dinner, I'm going to get loose on some real dinner. But essentially, it's your choice. Larry, are you the smartest in the room? Sean, heck to the no. No, not even close. I deliberately surround myself. And I just got off the phone with a gentleman, David Delaney. David, I hope you were able to join us. He's doing great things out there in San Fran. I'm sorry, David, you warned me. I lost my cool card. I can't say San Fran. I can't say Hotlanta. I guess those are kind of like the unwritten rules in baseball. Those are just words that you can't say. He told me I could say SF. I could say Frisco. That sounds corny, but he said, do not call it San Fran. So my bad, David. I should have written it down. But essentially, I just got off the phone with David. We were doing a Zoom, and I learned so much in those 28 minutes that we chatted because I had to hop on live. I learned so much from him, and that's intentional. I'm always looking to learn from others. So, Sean, that's a great question right there. Congrats to you. I know that you're the basketball coach now, doing some great things. Luke, I love it. We're all fortunate. I am fortunate to be currently employed. Many of my friends lost their job due to COVID. What can we be doing to continue to develop and position ourselves for success right now? That's a great question right there. Essentially, you've got to think through what can you be doing to up-level your skills. From a sales perspective, I always encourage sales reps to try to learn each and every day, 1% better. I spoke to a group at Dazuki. Yeah, I'm not calling you a bad name. That's their name. They're out there in San Luis Obispo. And essentially their theme is 1% better every day. 1% every day. So essentially when it comes to you, Luke, can you get 1% better in your understanding of the company, your goals, your missions, your vision? Essentially, what does success look like short-term and long-term? From an industry perspective, can you learn and get 1% better in the industry? From tools and resources, 1% better. From a product standpoint, 1% better. From sales skills, selling skills, 1% better. Oakland in the house. I feel you. Tell my man, Marshawn Lynch, I said, what's up? We got Boston in the house. Okay. Seth, oh, man, you're the best, dude. You're the best. Okay, we got Chapel Thrill in the house. We got Raleighwood. I love it. Valeria, I love it. How do you define happiness? My definition of happiness could be different from yours. Essentially, happiness is just being satisfied, being content with where you are. Essentially, you got to be where your feet are. And for me, that's happiness for me. Happiness for me is being around my wife, my kids, my family. My daughter turned 7 yesterday. We got to do the Zoom with our family members up in Maryland. They were tuned in, sang a little happy birthday to ya. Happy. Oh, that was just a blast right there. So that's my happy place right there. On the golf course, I'm happy. Playing basketball, we got a little hoop out in the cul-de-sac. That's my happy place. So absolutely love it. My question to you, Valeria, is how do you define happiness? What makes you happy, which is going to be different from me? Daniel, what's going on? My Marylander. Maryland in the house. I love it. I love it. Daniel, that finish line is a moving target with COVID. If you think about it, the finish line is always a moving target. Even without COVID, you never know when it's your time to go. I didn't even try to rhyme that, but hey, what can I say? Linda, great to see you. Dead Poet Society, Robin Williams. Funny story. 1999, I was in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, and they were filming Patch Adams, and it was just awesome. After several nights at the bar, eating and drinking responsibly, we would walk on campus and see them filming for Patch Adams. That's good stuff. Joseph, I appreciate that. Highest energy, best enthusiasm in the room. Nah, I try to surround myself with those that take my energy level to that next level. Rob Jordan, what's up, Big Rob? Appreciate it. What are you finding to be the best way to network genuinely right now since in-person events aren't happening? So, Rob, let me ask you, how did you network when in-person events were going on? You would go to those events, you would introduce yourself to people, you would understand their journey, understand what they're working on. Ain't nothing changed. Just the medium. Just the medium. Now you got to put your thinking cap on, and it requires more effort and more creativity. But essentially, I can tell you, during this time of the pandemic, I've met even more people that I wouldn't have met normally. I've got people in Queensland, Australia. Last week, I talked with Johannesburg, South Africa. That's what I'm talking about, Willis. I got my dude that I met in Hong Kong. I see that we've got Ireland in the house. We've got Africa in the house. These are folks that I never would have engaged with if it hadn't have been for the pandemic and me putting on my thinking cap of how can I meet folks that I normally wouldn't have met. So that's a great question right there, Rob. Truly appreciate it. I certainly hope that helps. Zan, that really helped. Sending my thoughts to your family. I appreciate it. Certainly appreciate it. And condolences, but we realize that life goes on and it's our choice to make the most of it. Jeremy, great to see you. Hotlanta in the house. Bunker Labs. Thank you. My bunker folks. Love it. Love it. Oh, wow. Daniel, appreciate it. Greatly appreciate it. So for those that are joining late, what we were talking about was practicing with a purpose, making sure that you're intentional, making sure that you're driving your practice, your confidence building sessions so that you can elevate your game to that next level. Not just going through the motions. That's BS. Save your time. And then the second part was making sure that you're not the smartest person in the room. If you're the smartest person in the room, survey says, nah, you better find a different room. You better find other people that are going to elevate your game. So that's all I got today. If you got any last questions, please fill them in. But I just want to say thank you so much to everyone that tuned in. This is week 3 of LinkedIn Live, midweek, midday motivational minute. I guess you can call that 4M, the M quad. I don't know how to give it something cool. I mean, I don't know. I know it's a mouthful. Midweek, midday, motivational minute. What are you talking about, Larry? You're making my head explode. But I certainly appreciate you. If there aren't any other comments, we'll wrap it up. Just wishing y'all a great rest of your Wednesday. For my West Coast folks, just getting the day started. Make it a great day. It's your choice. Let's make it a great week, a great month of October as we are in this 4th quarter. And I just appreciate you. Let's make 2020 the best year ever. And Daniel, I appreciate it. That means so much. That warms my heart. Great leaders inspire people to do great things. You're an inspiration. I encourage you and everyone else. Let's go do some great things. Let's have some fun while we do it. I think the millennials call it YOLO. You only live once. Well, guess what? We're on a yo-yo. Had a conversation earlier today with a gentleman that was talking about, it depends on what day you get me. We're going up and we're going down like a yo-yo. So just hang in there as we go through this turbulence, as we go through this chaos. Believe you me, there's light at the end of the tunnel, and it's our responsibility to make the most out of each and every moment. Hey, Zan, how do you define success? For me, success is being able to have a positive impact on others' lives. And we keep score. Essentially, the folks that I work with, are they doing impactful? Are they doing positive? Are they doing things that warm their heart? Are they doing things that make them feel good, that stimulate them, that challenge them? That's my definition of success. I would ask you the same thing. What's your definition of success? Success looks different for everybody. Some people measure success based on pure dollars. How much money do I have in the bank? I don't know about you, but when I die, I don't think that money's coming with me. I know where I'm going. I don't think the money's coming with me. So I would certainly encourage you to write down, what's your definition of success? What does that look like? And then map out a plan of how do you get there? Hey, what's going on, D Squared? I appreciate it. I love it. We're under no obligation to be who we were yesterday. Those are great words. Hey, Dylan, Dylon, if anyone knows, making the band, thank you so much for sharing. I truly appreciate it. Fidel, thank you so much. And hey, I just encourage everyone out there to make it a great day. Make every moment count. It's your choice. So with that, let's get after it. I appreciate you again. Enjoy your breakfast if you're out on the West Coast. Enjoy your dinner if you're across the pond. And if you're here on the East Side, enjoy your lunch. It was an absolute pleasure. I'll see you on the flip side next week. Peace. I'll see y'all.